Well, what's good, YouTube? This is the Rattan 750M folding fat tire, and we're going to check it out next on the channel. All right, let's take a look at the Rattan LM 750 watts. I wasn't sure what to expect from Rattan. It came to me nearly fully assembled. I was glad for once I didn't have to put on the front wheel and fender like so many other e-bikes that have been shipped to me recently. This e-bike was wrapped in a bag, and then a second bag was inserted into which spray foam was injected to keep the bike in place inside the box. It was a clever way of protecting it during shipping. Here are the key specs of the Rattan e-bike, which compares to others such as the electric Haybike Mars, Engway Engine Pro, just to name a few others. It's got a 750 watt motor, max speed of 23 miles an hour, not 28, as a few other reviewers have noted. Mechanical disc brakes, 180 millimeters up front and 160 millimeters in the rear. These are Tektros. 48 volt, 13 amp hour battery slides behind the seat post. Instead of a rear rack, you have a rear seat. Bit of an odd choice there, which I'll talk about. 7-speed freewheel, 14 to 28 tooth, integrated brake lights, blue background display panel with white lettering, pretty nice. 20x4 CST tires, very similar to the electric 1.0, if you remember those. Seat post suspension, that's very average. Minimum seat height of 33 inches. And it's got auto cruise control. I'll talk about that later as well. Pretty affordable price, $11.99. With my coupon, Chris50 at checkout, you can get $50 off of that. So $11.49 out the door. That's not a bad price for this e-bike when it comes down to it. The Rattan foldable comes in green, gray, or black. I like the green here. Also comes in a step-through version in different colors. In step-through, you can get red, black, and purple. You know, if this e-bike was a car, it'd be like those World War II Jeep Willys, I think. That's what it reminds me of here in the army green color. I've only ridden this e-bike a few times, but I've been having a lot of fun on it, actually, cruising around my hood in PAS 4 and 5, especially going up hills. Thanks to the 750 watts, which peaks at over 1,000 watts. I think I hit about 1,023 on one run. I climbed hills quickly, reaching speeds of 14, 15, even 16 miles an hour at times on hills of various sizes. That sure beats the performance of other e-bikes like this, especially the electric, when it comes to hill climbing. When it comes to design, it's not the prettiest of folders out there. This frame has a more industrial look, I guess. Some people may not like that look compared to its competitors, which have that more smooth rectangular designs there where the battery is held. The rear seat option that comes on the back of the Rattan is an odd choice to me. Few e-bikers I know care about having a back seat back there. So Rattan, you just switch out and use a rack like everyone else. A rack makes more useful. And another odd part of the bike is that a lone wire kind of sticks out along the left-hand side part of the frame. It's not a very clean look as far as the wire management here when you're looking at the bike from the side. In any case, I strapped down my Rack Bros bag to the top of the seat and fixed essentially the problem of the rear rack. I also added a pair of meat-shop mirrors here for visibility. And I'm probably going to get a new seat post as well to replace the stock one. The Rattan's 20x4 cc tires, again, reminiscent of the electric 1.0. And turning and cornering in them is pretty fun on those fat tires. It's a quick bike, but it's not fast. Again, top speed maxes out at 23 miles an hour. It's getting harder to find a Class 3 foldable in this price range that can hit 28. Lately, it seems companies are keeping speeds to 25 or less for some reason. I'm not sure why. From that perspective, I missed the electric 1.0, which could hit 28 miles an hour with pedal. The Rattan seat itself, it's not bad. I think with the Suntour in place, I'll probably keep the stock seat there since it's an all-black look, which I like. One thing about this bike you should know is that the use of throttle. So the throttle is limited by the levels of assist you're in. So it's not full throttle, essentially. In PAS1, you hit the throttle, it goes 8 miles an hour, just like PAS1 does. To get max speed on the throttle, you got to be in PAS5, which is kind of annoying, just compared to all the other e-bikes out there that I tried with. They all have full throttle power, no matter what PS level you're on. But, as I rode the bike, as I've been riding it here, probably 3 or 4 or 5 times now, it actually doesn't bother as much as I thought it might. If I'm being honest here, it has such a good torque, you kind of forget that it isn't full throttle. And I really only use full throttle when I'm crossing the street. That's kind of the main reason I use it. Or just, going up to speed somewhere. And at that point, you can just put it in, PS5 and hit it from there. So just keep that in mind, though. So if you don't like not having full throttle, you're not going to like this bike. But as I've been riding it, it hasn't been that big of a deal to me. So keep that in mind. It's also got an auto cruise control feature that kicks in if you're in if you maintain speed for, I think, 4 seconds. So that may or may not be something you like. I think some people might like it. But if you're not used to riding a bike like this, if it's your first time, you need to be aware of this, because it could reduce your battery faster if you do that a lot. But that seems to be the only downside, I think, for now, other than maybe a potential safety issue if you're not aware of it, right? I actually found a loophole in this top speed of 23. So when I was cruising downhill, going like 25 or 26, I got the auto cruise to kick in, and the e-bike even began to carry me at that speed after I hit the bottom of the hill. So I wonder how fast I can get the bike to hit that in an auto cruise control function. So I look forward to trying that. But that's one caveat to the max speed is the auto cruise. If you can get it going downhill and get it to engage, you can go faster than 23. Interesting. All in all, I think the Rattan it's a solid folding e-bike at $11.99. It's not going to break your budget, and it's not going to win any beauty contests, but it's a sort of a great utilitarian ride, I think, especially for those of you in hill country. It does climb hills very well, and I'll show you some of that footage as well. But it's growing on me. I like it, and I'm going to keep it in my fleet for a while, and use it for my main fishing rig this summer. Little fishing rod holders on the back there. And so we'll see how it does. It also comes with something called iPAS, which is not regenerative braking, but some new technology that helps save energy, it says. According to I couldn't get much information out of the company, but I did find an image on Amazon. This bike is also sold on Amazon. And it says the controller can not only receive signals from motors, sensors, batteries, meters, and combination switches at high speed, but also effectively reduce energy loss and increase battery life to improve the accuracy of power display. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it does have iPAS, and I guess I'll test it out over the summer when it gets warmer as far as max range, and we'll see how the bike performs in that respect. So keep that in mind. It does say iPAS on the motor and the controller on the bike, but not much information in terms of how it works. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that little review of the Rattan 750M. It's a good little folder. It's capable. It's not going to knock your socks off as far as style points, things like that. But it's a solid ride. The cruise control is for some people it might be actually a good thing. If you do more throttle only riding, which I think some people do, you might like that feature on it. But love the color, and compares favorably to the electric XP. It's a little more expensive, obviously, but you do get a bigger battery, so that's a pretty cool feature as well. So, but that's it. Hey, make sure you check out ebikestrong.com to our little community there for e-bikers, and post a profile, show us your bikes, and engage and connect with other e-bikers out there in the land. So thanks for watching. See you next time on the channel.